What's up, everybody? All right, so what I'm going to do, since now I'm live, I am going to share this video. Oop, here we go. Here. Let's go. All right, I came on a few minutes early so that I can share the video. And if you guys could do me a favor, share the video as well. All right, get it out there because I need some help sharing this thing. All right, so share, do this thing is the best. Share, right post. Oh, start. Boom, done. Look at that, too easy. Start sharing right immediately, right? All right, and then I'm gonna share there. I'm gonna share to some groups. What up, Annette? Hey, we got like 30 seconds, but what I'm gonna do is start sharing to some of these groups. Boom, done. Let's see, who else before it turns to actually 9:30 and I start going over the information. Who else we got? We're just sharing right now because we have a few minutes to get this done. Share, let's see, who else? Yep. And what it's going to do is it's going to stop me here in a second from sharing because there's only a certain amount of people you can share this with before it starts getting a little crazy. Andrew, Trisha, what's up, everybody? All right, it's 9:30. I'm going to hit share just a few more times. Let me know if you're here. Give me a thumbs up because what we're going to go over is the hidden formula to maximize your time and potential. I got it all broken down. Look at this. Notes to get over this, to let you guys know what this looks like. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna hit it. Let's see. Got that one. Too easy. Boom. All right. So how's everyone doing today? We got 15 people already on. I'm gonna leave for now on that one. How is everybody? Good morning. It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. What a beautiful day. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna be going over some of the hidden formulas to maximize your time and potential. Now the thing is, this actually came in through a request for me to go over this because when I first entered real estate, I was full-time daddy, working at UPS, trying to make this thing work, and did pretty well. The first year, we grew a team to do a little over 12 million. Its very first year. Shortly after, became the CEO of KW Fayetteville. Did that for about a year and a half. Had an awesome team. Broke all-time records. It was a lot of fun. Moved into the productivity coaching. Broke all-time records there. Ended up leaving that firm. Went to a different firm and started growing a large team there. We're almost at 50 agents. So what we got to look at within our partnership, but what we got to look at is say, all right, so how do you do all that? How do you do the consulting coaching? How do you do the investing? How do you run the agent side of the business? How do you make all that fit in a day? Well, that's some of the stuff that I'm going to be going over today. So guys, if you like what you hear so far, hit the heart button so I know that you are paying attention and that you're loving it. Look at this. How to maximize your time, be more training style today. All right. So one of the biggest excuses I hear is that I don't have time. I wish I could do it, but here's the deal, man. I don't have any time. Well, I am sick of hearing that. What's up, y'all? Michelle, Tabitha, Leslie, what up? Hit the heart button. Tired of hearing it. It's a pure excuse. What you're doing and what you're telling yourself is that it's just not a priority to get it done. That's it. And you probably haven't put in the right systems or models to make sure that it's going to happen, correct? Well, I'm going to go over some of what that looks like here today. Because remember, if it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. I feel like some of you guys finished that for me. All right, so maximize your time and potential. Two rules. We're going to be running red and green light today. Now, what does that mean? Some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about, if you haven't done it yet, red light, stop. Make sure you put it in place, and then you can hit the green light and move forward. But if you're just going to just kind of run through it all, and then a week later be like, man, that didn't even work. I tried my best, but that didn't even work. Well, it's because you didn't play red light, green light the correct way. All right, what's up, Catherine? Hey, she's the best. All right, so again, that's the first rule. The second rule is PC. Anytime that you have something that you want to get done during the day, you have to attach what we call a PC to it. All right, the P is a promise. You have to make a promise to someone that you're going to get it done, either your family, someone who kind of likes you and will hold you accountable, could care less about your feelings. These are the type of people you got to make a promise to, a coach, a consultant, someone you're paying, your team members, your team lead, you got to make a promise that you're going to get it done, because you'll let yourself down every single time, won't you? You see it in diets, you see it in everything else. Look at this. I just broke it. So you see it, you see all that, right? You can't let, you'll let yourself down. You got to make a promise to someone else. Now the C, some of you guys may be saying that it's commitment, which it could be commitment. But what I want you to look at, man, I broke the crap out of this. I'm just going to take it apart. I'm just going to take it apart. Boom, there we go. It's a write-off. All right, so the C, what it's going to be is calendar. You have to commit first. Don't figure it out. So many people get lost in trying to figure this out and trying to get ready to make sure it's perfect, when in reality it's never going to be perfect. You have to attach it to the calendar. To be honest, all this lives in my mind. It actually lives in a book that I'm writing, Hit Heart for the book, Hit Heart for the book. But I never made it like an actual model. I made sure to put on the calendar first, and then it committed. The promise was to you guys, and here we are today, right? Here we are today. Guys, hit that heart button, put questions below. These are the 2 rules though, all right? Red light, green light, and then a PC. All right, so step 1, what I want you to do, let's see. Yeah, step 1, what I want you to do is get what we call a Kraken calendar. A Kraken calendar. If you're writing notes, write CRACN calendar. Red light, green light. Remember. All right. So the C is cloud. Make sure the calendar is cloud-based. Yes, it's all good. You can write it down in person or on a physical piece of paper, but make sure it gets transferred to the cloud. Google Calendar, things like this. There's a reason for it. The R, what that is repeat. Make sure within the calendar you can repeat events that are happening. It could be the Be More training, first and third Wednesday at 9:30. It's repeatable. I don't have to spend the time to make sure that I have to be there at 9:30 every single morning, okay? Make sure it's repeatable. The A, access. You got to be able to allow access not just to you, but to others on the team, your family, so other people can see your calendar. Believe me, this is going to make a lot of sense here shortly. This is how you maximize your time. The other C is color, so you can color code. I like that part. And then the N is notifications. So making sure that you're getting notified that something's coming up. 10 minutes before the start, I was notified by my calendar to go ahead and start looking at what it looks like to set it up for live, okay? You'll start to understand that everything that has to happen in the day, I'm not really necessarily carrying on my shoulders. I'm leveraging it to sit on the calendar. The calendar tells me what to do. Anytime someone says, hey, what do you got going on tomorrow? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 months from now? I say, I'm not sure. Let me look at my calendar. The calendar holds the weight for me. So if you haven't done a Kraken calendar yet, if you don't have one, stop. Got to get one, okay? Got to get one. Hit some hearts. Do you guys have any questions so far? Any questions? Holler if you got some questions, because I'm gonna be here to answer any of the questions that you guys have. All right, so what else do we got? What else do we got? We got number 2. So now that you have your Kraken calendar, the first things you have to add is your personal life. The first things you have to add is your personal life. So Ruben, what does that look like? I mean, I get it, personal life. What does that mean? I get to sit down and watch Netflix. I get to sit down and do other things that I want to do. Maybe. Here's some things, and if you're taking notes, write this stuff down. Here's some things you have to add to your calendar first, and I mean time block it. Do not allow, you're worth it, man. Don't allow yourself to give yourself an excuse here today. All right, add your personal life. Now remember, not all of this will apply. Spiritual time, so if God's in your life, God. If not, spiritual time, something with yourself. Family time, it's huge. That was a game changer when I set that up in my calendar. Date night, game changer. Game changer. This is very much the power of the one thing. Whatever you time blocked, that's your one thing. So how cool is it to sit down with your significant other and say that? What calendar do you guys use? I use the Google Calendar. It's free. And then we got Outlook down there. Hobbies. Make sure that your hobbies are in your calendar. Why did we get into business, right? It's to fund the perfect life. So why aren't we doing our hobbies anymore? For some of you guys, why aren't you doing your hobbies anymore? Make sure it lives into the calendar. Obligations. Sometimes you got to pick your kids up from school. Not right now with the virus and everything going on, but that's a thing. You got to pick up your kids from school if that's an obligation that you have to get done. A My Day, Why Day. A My Day, Why Day is a day that you desire to do whatever the heck you want to. That is where you can sit down and watch Netflix and just chill. Netflix and chill, right? That's where you can do stuff like this, right? Just make sure it lives into the calendar. Make sure you're recharging on your day, my day, why day. What's up, Laura? All right, exercise. Dude, exercise. How many people stop exercising when we get into the business? Make sure that that lives into your calendar. I want you to enjoy the future that you're working so hard to have more freedom in, right? And only exercise will do that. If you're still exercising, hit that heart below. Friend time, right? So mostly heard this from the ladies. Ladies like the girls' night out, which is fine. Just make sure it lives into the calendar. And then if you really want to go deep, put in sleep. Put in sleep. Believe it or not, sleep is going to be huge. It's going to recharge you in the morning. For someone like me, 5-6 hours, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to roll. I stayed up till past 1 in the morning. Woke up at, what time did we wake up? 6 this morning, I believe. So I'm ready to roll. But this is what I do. This is what I do. Look at all the hearts and stuff. Oh, I love it. Keep the hearts coming. So yeah, if that's a big thing, go ahead and time block sleep. Now, if you haven't done that, red light, green light, stop. Don't go any further. This has to go in, because what it's going to do is it's going to expose all the gaps in your calendar. It's going to expose all the time. Because again, one of the biggest things that I hear is that, hey, man, I wish I could, but I don't have time. I'm like, cool, let me see your calendar. And they're like, kind of crazy. I used to have one, but I quit using it. And I'm like, well, you quit taking control of your life then when that happened, right? Because you're no longer, you can't tell me you don't have time if you're not scaling it. Make sure you do this first, your family time first. Step 3, now we get to add, whoop, whoop, whoop. Now we get to add the business. Seriously, guys, this is how I did it. This is how I run my days. This is how I'm able to fit. If you're following me on Instagram and you watch my stories, or Facebook and you watch my stories, and I'm like, hey, what's up, everybody? This is Robert Garcia, and this is a beautiful day. And we have 6 appointments. We have 2 masterminds. We have to go to South Carolina and build a building. And then we're going to come back and we're going to chill with the family all in 7 hours. It's because the calendar runs my life. Next thing we're going to add is business activities. And you see the money making, or the money sign. Now, there's a way to do this. Something I come up with that it seems to help when figuring out what these activities are, okay? So your business time, or the time outside your personal time, because you time blocked your personal time, is blocked into 2 things. 1, creating business, creating money, and 2, servicing the business. Hit a heart if you have created some business this week. Hit a heart and share this bad boy if you created business this week. It's really all business is creating it and servicing it, all right? So if we look at these 2 things, now we have to add these to the calendar. Now you gotta ask yourself, out of these 2 things, which one's most important, servicing it or creating it? Put it in the comments below. Is it servicing it or creating it? What I would say is creating it. Why? Because you can't service the business if it hasn't been created yet. Okay, cool. So now there it is. Now we have to look at the creating time, the creating side of the business. So what you want to do is you want to build out a quadrant, all right? And in this quadrant, you want to put 20%, 20, 80%, 80%, and 0%. Now, before moving further, and by the way, when you write this, put this on a piece of paper. I'm going to tell you what to do with it in a second. Put it on a piece of paper. Share this with your team. This is huge. This is stuff that we handle in coaching. All right, so now that you got this, you have to understand what the 80-20 rule is. And what it is 20% of your activities drive 80% of your results. And if we know that you need to create more business, we need to keep you in your 20%. And by definition, at that point, your 20% is creating more business. The 80% you can leverage, okay, in the form of service, customer service, making sure that your customers get the best service. They can't get service if you can't create it. So what I want you to do, now that you've written it down on a piece of paper, what I used to do is carry this in my pocket. And what I want you to do, ladies, you can carry it in your purse, but carry this in your pocket if you don't have pockets. Carry this in your pocket, okay? Yeah, guys, hit the heart, hit the heart, hit the heart, hit the heart. Why is there a mad sign? Why is there a mad face? Why does he a mad face? All right, let's see. 0% is where you bring in the who. Let's go. What's up, Nick? 20%. What are your money-making activities? What could you do today that will bring in business in the next 4 weeks? In the next 2 to 4 weeks, what could you do that's going to bring in business? Add it right here. Everything else starts to look like it's in these, okay? Now we got the 20 to 80%. What is that? That means it brings in business, but it also could start dabbling or moving into the past 4 weeks point, the 1 month to 2 month activities to bring in business. Sometimes these are mixed. So if you feel like, it's my 20%, but it's kind of some of my 80%, start right in right here. Remember, you're not doing it in one time. You're not just doing it and then you're walking out. No, this is going to be an activity. I'm telling you, you really want to do it for a month. Start writing activities here. The 80%. This is the stuff that it's not going to bring you money, and you don't need to be necessarily the one that's doing it. If you're out there, you're the entrepreneur, and you're out there getting business and making relationships, this is more paperwork stuff, okay? You can leverage this. Start writing it right here. 0% legit. You will find things that that pop up in your day. Like for me, I use social media for business. I push business through my social media. There's people now, listen, look, TikTok got a lot of people right now. TikTok got a lot of people. If you're doing this in the time that you're supposed to be doing your business, write TikTok right here, because if you're not doing it because it's not or Facebook or Instagram or whatever it may be, and that's just some of them. You could be watching TV during the time you should be doing business. You need to write it right here because it's literally bringing no value to you, zero value to you. Hit a heart if you understand what I'm saying right here. Hit a heart and share this with anybody you think needs to hear it, including your team, your firm, no matter what firm you're with, it doesn't even matter. This right here is a game changer. Do this for 1 month. You will identify, you will bring clarity to the activities you need to focus on and plug into your calendar, and the rest you need to leverage off. If you have a team, make sure that your salespeople and your admin do this as well, because don't you think that the admin 20% is going to be different than the salespeople 20%? And what's cool is at the end of the month, get together and put all these together. Everyone have a team meeting and see if there's some mix. Like, hey, listen, you shouldn't be doing that. That's for the 80% person. And you talk to 80%, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. That's for the 20% person. If they are starting to show signs that they want to move in that direction, fine. We'll see what that looks like then. But this right here brings clarity to the whole team. All right? So make sure that you do this. This is huge. All right, and then step number 4. Yes, once you've done this, what I challenge you to do, once you figured out what your money-making activities are, what I challenge you to do is to knock it out. If you've allocated 3 hours to do X to make sure, what I challenge you to do is knock off an hour. Knock off an hour. Knock off an hour and put 2 hours. Guys, this is how I did it. I constantly kept myself uncomfortable with this stuff. Hit it hard if you think that by staying uncomfortable, you're going to grow, right? They say your business only grows to the extent that you do. I'm trying to grow you today so that your business grows, you maximize your time that you have allocated for your business and your family. Hit a heart, preach. Remember, bring down the time that you have allocated for the 20%. What it's going to do is going to do 3 things. You're going to protect that time a lot more. Okay, you're going to protect that time a lot more. You're going to look at that time and you'll be like, I only have 2 hours to make sure that this is accomplished. I have to get rid of all and everything that tries to come into my world to stop me. You are the only one that lowers the bridge to your moat. Your moat is your island is productivity. You keep lowering the bench. The bridge. Stop lowering the bridge. Okay, you're going to protect that time a lot more. What it also does is you start getting creative. You start thinking of different ideas. One thing that we've done in our business is now we're leveraging a whole piece of the business because yes, it will create business. No, I don't desire to learn how to do it because my 20% of it here, it started to bleed out. Cool. I need to find someone else where that's their 20%. So you start getting creative on how to accomplish that 20%. All right. And number 3, what it does for your mental state, you start to get into a do whatever it takes mentality. When you have to bring your 3 hours to 2 hours of concentration on your 20%. You start getting energized through it, okay? It's huge. So you'll start to protect your time, your 20% a lot more. You'll get a lot more creative and your mental state will actually get stronger. Hit a heart, let me know, share it. These are the things that I did to make sure that I maximize my time. I had to put a system to it, which is the quadrant, right? And figure out what that stuff was. Another thing I used to do, I used to carry this in my pocket too, was just a regular piece of paper. I wonder if I could just do, well, which was just a regular piece of paper. And what I did, let's just say this is the piece of paper. And I would keep this in my pocket. And what I would do, anything that came into my life that wasn't going to help grow the business, help grow my vision, help grow the team, help grow the people around me, if it wasn't going to do that, I wrote it underneath the line. That's an arrow. I wrote it underneath the line. If it was going to help my vision, if it was going to help me grow, if it was going to bring in money in the 2 weeks to 4 weeks, it went above the line. So what I did is I made sure to only focus on these during the day. At night, when everything was shut down or whatever, I did these, or I leveraged these off, or I attached a who to it. All right, that's the very simple version. This is 1.0. This is 2.0. All right. So what I want to share with you guys, man, we are crushing it 20 minutes in, and let me know if you are glad you showed up here today, if it's going to help you grow your business. I'm about to drop some bonus material, some stuff I do to scale even more time. What up, Sam Vanderslice? He's got my back, guys. He's got my back. He's an awesome guy. But yeah, so some of the bonus things that you could do in your day, I'm gonna get it out, in your day to make sure that you are putting the right formula to maximize your time and your potential. These are things that I do. So I'm gonna write bonus. Bonus time. All right. So one thing, oh, this is a really good one. One thing I started to do was, all right, you're my house. As soon as I walked into my house, I would stop, and what I used to do is, I would just get comfortable, right? I would get comfortable immediately, and that was the worst thing I could have done. Now what I do is I keep all my attire on, because I just want to put on some basketball shorts and chill. No, I'm going to keep on my pants. I'm going to keep on everything. I'm not going to get comfortable, because there's two things I need to do. There's two things I need to do. Me getting comfortable becomes my why when I come into the house tonight or today, all right? Number one, I'm going to meal prep my day tomorrow. Now, ask my buddy Mike Glaspie that was running the last Be More training. He knows. If he were here right now, I would say, hey, Mike, what do I eat every single day? This might sound boring for others, but I am very addicted to maximizing my potential and time. All I do, every time I come in, I get my wrap, organic, I get my spinach, I get my cheese, and I get my meat, and that can be chicken, that could be turkey, that could be whatever type of meat we made. And then I put it on the wrap, I roll it up, break it in half, put it in a Ziploc bag, put the Ziploc bag in the fridge, along with a can of fruit, and along with a sweet potato in one of those bags that you can microwave, almost like an MRE, in case I get super hungry. It doesn't go bad, it's sitting there, it's just ready to go, and then I'll cook that as well. I'll also put one extra piece of chicken in a bag and a protein drink. That, when I come in, that is exactly what I do every single day. It should give me the energy that I need for the day. I'm not eating junk, okay? That's what I do. I go in and I do that. Second thing, I'm gonna go into my room, and my drawers, no lie, are put in an order that this shirt, once it's washed, it's gonna go in the back. And then it's going to make its way all the way back up to the front where I pull from the shirt, whatever I pull from. So I go ahead and pick out my clothes and my food for tomorrow. You have to prepare for tomorrow today. Instead of waking up in the morning freaking out, what am I gonna wear? What am I going to eat? Oh, screw it, I'll just pick something up on the way home. Oh, now I'm spending money and time. Guys, there's so much that's going on during your day that you don't even realize is wasting your potential. This is one thing I found. I'm not allowed to get comfortable until I get comfortable making my food and my clothes tomorrow. Hit a heart if you believe that. Let me know if you believe that. All right. Ooh, this is another one. I leave my phone on silent. I leave my phone on silent. It doesn't ring. It doesn't vibrate. There's no noises. There's no notifications, because I know exactly what I'm doing during the day, no matter what. I know my time that I've allocated for X, and I execute on that. So a lot of you guys have lights. There's freaking lights. Hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. You guys have built that distraction into your life. Put it on silent. Put it on silent. You should know exactly what you're doing during the day if you build out your Kraken calendar the correct way. Remember, red light, green light. This is a little bit more advanced. Freaking changer, game changer. Another thing I do every single morning, I run what's called this. Every morning and every time I feel lost during the day, this is what I do. I run my Corvette. I run my Corvette in my mind. So the first thing I do is I look at my calendar. What should I be doing right now? If it's in the morning, what should I be getting prepared for today? The appointments, this be more training, the V. All right. I'm going to check my voicemail, make sure I haven't missed anybody trying to call me and left a voicemail the day before. Emails. I'm going to check my emails and make sure that I need to reply to everybody I need to reply to, and then spam the ones I don't need to reply to. What's this one? Text. What text came in? What did I miss? Right? I'm going to check my text message and return my text message. T, task. These are really follow-ups within my database. Who do I need to follow up with? Is it talent? Is it clients? Who do I need to follow up with? I run my Corvette every time I get lost or in the morning. This helps me figure out exactly what I need to do for the day and what I need to do during that time that I feel lost. Let me know if this was enough value for you. Hit that heart. Let me know or share it. All right. What up, Tammy? Part of the dream team, pre-licensing. All right. So, and then the last, if you still feel like your time is just going all over the place and you're not even sure really where it's going, I'm going to suggest this for you. DAR, some of you guys know what that is. A DAR is a daily activity report. And what it is, it has time from some super early in the morning, but most of the ones I see is about 7 or 8 in the morning to 7 or 8 at night, broken down in 30-minute increments. So if it's, what time is it? It's 9:55 Eastern Standard Time. If I were to look at it, I would say, oh, BMT, I'm doing Be More training. Now, what's going to happen is that if you're just freaking doing whatever during the day and you have that alarm on your phone, check every 30 minutes, and you have to go to your DAR and you have to write wasting time Facebook, wasting time. What's that show? You during the day, right? That's going to really show you exactly where you're not putting in the potential. It's going to show you exactly where you're not putting in the potential. It's huge. And then do, for the military people out there, do an AAR right afterwards, right? An after action report. Report on yourself during the day. Report on yourself at the end of the day. Would you hire yourself? For what you did today, would you hire yourself? Did you do everything it takes to make sure that you accomplish your goal today? Did you do whatever it takes to maximize your time and potential today? Grade yourself. That's huge. Hit a heart if you have done that before. Hit a heart if you want to do that in the future, and hit a heart if you're scared to do that. And see how much you would like to hire yourself. All right, so I want to answer questions. Let me know if there's any questions. We were able to knock this out in 30 minutes. All about time, maximize that time, right? Let me know, do you guys have any questions about your calendar, about the things that you have questions about to maximize your time, to maximize your potential? Let me know if you have any questions, because I want to be here to answer them for you. You know what? I wonder if there's any questions going on in any groups that I shared this with. Let me just check real quick. I wish I had someone here to check this for me. But let me know. I'm on the Proven by Ruben, Beat the Sun, Proven by Ruben Facebook page right now. If you have any questions, go there, drop it in the comments, and let me know. But I hope this helped you here today, right? But I will say, hope's not a strategy, so that feels a little funny even saying that. I gave you a strategy here today. To recap, while I wait for your questions, I'm just going to recap real quick. To maximize your time and your potential, play red light, green light with what you learned here today. Stop at what you haven't done. When you do it, green light. Make a PC, make a promise to someone, and then add it to your calendar on when you're going to get X item done. Do that. Those are the only 2 rules, okay? As you run through this. Get yourself a Kraken calendar. So what do? You're going to say, I'm going to make a promise to someone that I'm going to get this Kraken calendar. I went over what it means. Add your personal life first. I went over all that too. Red light, green light. Start adding your business activities, creating it and servicing it, okay? Actually, let's do this. 1.0 would show you how and what that looks like, the create and service part. 2.0 goes even deeper for you, your team, your admin, your salespeople to identify what their 20% is. And then I went over some bonus. I went over when you go into your house, make sure you're getting ready tomorrow today with what you're wearing, what your food is, everything. When you wake up, you should be operating. This is how I work. I operate. I start moving because it's already planned out. Corvette. Run your Corvette when you are lost or in the morning. Calendar, voicemail, email, text, and tasks. DAR. If you're really confused, and AAR at the end of the day, grade yourself. I don't see any questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off here. If you guys could, go to my YouTube channel, Proven by Ruben, and subscribe. I'm dropping videos every single day at this point of all the changes coming with the EIDL, the PPP, the stimulus package, and everything else coming down, and then this new Hero Fund coming down, all kinds of cool stuff. Go there, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. If you guys have any other questions, comment below. I'll make sure to get to them. Probably have to check these other groups that I shared it in. And have an amazing day because I don't see any questions. Till then, adios.